Here's one of my Jedi Sages in my Coruscant Stronghold. Thought I'd go over item modification. How to add modifications to modifiable gear and the importance of it. One thing I noticed here, and this might help, I tried to explain this. My companion doesn't have any buffs. My buffs are running off. And it's Force Valor for the Jedi Shadow and the Jedi Sage. So when I use Force Valor, it's going to put a buff on him. You'll see he's got nothing there. Now when I use Force Valor, you can see it light up there. You'll see the animation when I do it. And it will apply the class buffs that I have to my companion. Now there they are. And if you're in a group, it applies it to the entire group. And one of the benefits too is, like, if you're in a group and someone has one class, so they only have one class buff, and you've got all four, well then they get all four and they get the benefits of that. So now on to the item modification. In my inventory I've got some mods. I'm going to upgrade my saber and my focus. Now I've got two sabers in my inventory here. Both are technically modifiable. That blue one, technically it's modifiable because you can add a crystal, but that's the only thing you can add. Aside from that, its stats are fixed, its level is fixed, and it will never get any better than it is. So while technically modifiable, it really isn't. This purple one here is. So now I'm not using this saber. I've got another one that I felt was more fitting for a Jedi. That's the Ziost saber in my inventory, more fitting for a Sith. Cool saber. But how to modify these things is you hold down control, and you right click on the item. And you'll see that a new window opens up right there, and it shows you the modification slots. It only has a crystal in it. If you notice, when I put my mouse over the crystal, a crystal in my inventory lights up, showing that that's the only thing that can fit there. It's a little bit unnecessary because you can simply just right-click a modification item, and it will pop into the right slot in a opened modifiable item window. Now there is my Ziost saber. It only has the crystal it came with. I never modified it. There's a tuning modification as well, but that's cosmetic. It's purely cosmetic, adds no stats. So I'm not going to even worry about that. It's the other three that we're looking at. Nothing's lit up in my inventory now because I have no tuning item in my inventory. But when I put it over the other slots, you'll see things, specifically light up while others go gray, just dim out. But I'm not going to add anything to that saber since I'm not intending to use it. So I'm going to look at my character sheet. There's my ugly default armor, but that is all the stats, which will be slowly changing now as I reach 70. As I get to 70, and these are some of my outfits that I have for cosmetics. They have no stats; they just change the appearance. But back to my real gear. I have my saber and the Jedi Sage offhand, which is a focus. Focus takes an armoring, a modification and an enhancement, and a hilt modification and enhancement for the saber. They each take a crystal too. Crystals are maxed out, so I'm going to put the upgrades to the other components into my saber and the focus. So now you can see as I mouse over the individual modification slots, my inventory lights up the appropriate components that I could put in those slots. However, like I said, you can just right click these things and they'll pop into place. And when you have done that, you'll see that slot on the weapon also lights up. It's telling you that a modification has been placed in there, but it isn't permanent yet. You'll see you'll have to click apply at the end in order to make this permanent. And you can decide not to. If you accidentally click on something that you don't want to actually place in an item, see that there? Now if I click no, nothing happens. So I can just choose no, and it just goes right back, nothing ever changes, and I'm back where I started. But I want to click yes, and now you can see it's lit up yellow, or gold or orange, whatever you want to choose to call that. I'll do this for my next two items. Same thing happens. The slot lights up. I didn't have to drag them in. You could drag them in. And now when I click apply, that's it. The items vanished from my inventory, and the saber is now upgraded to 228 in this case. And it's going to be the same exact thing for my focus. So I close my saber. I will open up the window for my focus. Control right click on my focus, and it will be pretty much the same thing. Focus has no tuning slot. It has no visual. There's really no visual components to the offhand for a sage or a sorcerer. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click on each item. Its corresponding slot will light up with that yellow gold outline, letting me know that I did actually put something in there, but it's not permanent yet. If I click apply, then it's permanent. So now my focus is also upgraded to 228. And that's really about it for this. The same thing happens with other gear items that are modifiable. Process is the same, and I hope that was clear enough. I hope it made enough sense. I didn't get into how to pick what components for gear. That's another story which varies upon your class and discipline, but I'll probably do that in another video. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helped.